So this is your beef suet. So this all comes from the fat around the kidneys. There's only, this is a whole piece. So there's only 12 pounds per whole cow. So some people, you can make it out of suet. You can also make tallow out of trim fat. But I just think this is just a better source because it's all pure fat, you know? Where if you look at trim fat, I'll show you what trim fat looks like. So basically it is what it sounds like. It's the trimmings off of all your cuts and everything. And so what you'll see is there's a lot of meat still left on it. And that's, I think, what causes a lot of the tallow from trim fat to smell a little beefy, because there's actual beef still on it. But, you know, in terms of the amount of trim fat on a cow, you know, it could be 100 pounds versus 10. So the cost of trim fat compared to suet is, you know, 6 times the amount of money for suet than this. That's why a lot of people just use trim fat. Yeah. They take the suet, they grind it, and then they put it into a big kettle, and they just slow cook it, and eventually all of the the fat renders down into a liquid, and then they put it through a triple filtering process to get through any of the impurities and all that stuff. And then you got this is your finished product. So we take this, melt this down, and then that's what you make the make the cream out of. So, you know, one of the unique advantages that we have as Beaverbrook Ranch making our own tallow line is that we don't have to actually go out and buy the suet. So we can actually pass along that savings to our customers, give them a great value. We also utilize a USDA inspected facility to render the suet into tallow. Most tallow brands are not doing that.